Hey, Michael Trout here, looking goofy, but the cool thing is there's no one around here. You know, I come on my scooter, right there, and I already have goggles and a helmet. So if I'm gonna weed whack, you know, why change? Just use what I have on. That's multi-night, don't be wasteful, saving time, you know, I'm already on. But what I want to do a talk today is basically about, you know, creating compost heap. Now, I'm clearing this whole field here, right? I'm keeping it kind of controlled for Mr. Alqueta. He's giving me the use of this farm. So I'm trying to show him that, hey, you know, he's getting free labor to maintain, and I want to make this field as nice as mine. And the other reason is I want the green, I call it green compost here, right? So something you can do is they always talk about mixing, you know, I don't even understand it, right? Mixing greens and browns to make compost. Well, a simple way to do that is to cut it, you know, like a week, then let it grow back up again, and cut it again, and then make the compost, like I'm doing here. So as you can see here, there's plenty of browns and greens all mixed up in here. This is gonna make a really nice, and I'm just gonna be, you know, piling it up. And I'm probably gonna tarp it. Now, they say don't tarp it, but common sense tells me to carp it. You know, tarp it means cover it, right? Cover it. The reason why is, if it's covered, you're going to get all sorts of fungus and everything else going that don't like the light, right? The light kills that stuff. So I believe if it has the moisture, and I'll wet it down and cover it like I have with mine, and if I showed you mine, well, I just added a bunch, it is breaking down super fast with covering. So I think covering is actually a good thing. It keeps in the humidity, keeps in the moisture, promotes all the fungus and everything else to grow and break it down, and it keeps in the heat too, and you need a lot of heat to kill the bacteria, because I'm actually composting my crap, okay, my pee. So, you know, I'm going all out here. No waste, you know, no waste. I use everything. Multi-night farm, we use everything. So I just want to do that quick video on how to create a mixed compost, just to do cuttings. Cut it, leave it for, you know, a week or two, whatever, and then cut it again when it comes up to, you know, look at it, see how high it is again? It's about a couple feet, and I'm going to cut it again, and now I'm going to. And the other thing I did was, where I burned it before, I was burning this stuff, I'm not burning anymore, but I put it there because I know the ground there has killed everything, and there's probably lots of worms under there, so I can, you know, get the worms coming in here too. So something else I'm also using, around the side, I'm actually putting cuttings there to basically stop growth from coming up. So around my greenhouse, I'm actually going to just basically create a whole compost thing around my greenhouse with the goal that it will come down and nothing is going to grow up through there. So I'll just keep adding. If I see stuff coming up, I'll just plunk something on top of it until it stops. And I'm letting this stuff grow back up here. I want to have a rhizome. I let nature go crazy. I'd like to get some trees, more trees going in there. And something I've noticed, I don't know how much time I have, 3 minutes, is I've got lots of trees growing in here, right? You know, these are all trees in here. And I've noticed that all in here, that I cut them all down, I think a forest was coming up. To be honest with you, I think, if you see, look at all the over there. I think that basically, you know, there's all, these trees are just spreading out. And there was a really ton of little trees. And Mr. Alqueta said, are you planting trees? Like here's some right here. I'll show you. So this land I think is really good. Look at this here. This is a tree right here. This is a tree right here. Now, I didn't plant this tree, but I know for a fact this is a tree, right? And here's another one. You know, here's another one. There's a friggin' forest growing up here. This was, and look, there's a crow. A little naughty crow. So there's all sorts. See, here's where I cut it down. One right here, right? So this is a tree. It's a it's part of the, what's it called family? The walnut family. And they're all there. And somehow I cut everything down and they're sprouting up. The other thing I have in here, this is me. This is red clover coming up in here. So I don't want to cut this too down, because when I see red clover, these guys are going to come back. Hopefully they're going to shoot up here and I'm start cultivating. So you can see red clover all in here. So what I'm trying to do is basically, you know, get this land under control and convert it from basically just grasses to more flowers, and go from there, right? So that's it, right? So really talk about composting, but ended up talking about other things. Anyway, enjoy.